When you read the Bible, you read about some different groups. We will now look at 3 groups: Sadducees, Pharisees, and Zealots. The Sadducees were mostly priests, or rich Jewish people. The word Sadducees is only in the Bible in about 12 places, but when the Bible says priests, or chief priest, it means the Sadducee group. The Sadducee group had a lot of contact with non-Jews and had accepted some Greek ideas. The Sadducees didn't believe in angels or demons, and didn't believe in the resurrection. The Sadducees accepted and emphasized the first 5 books of the Old Testament as the most important. The other Old Testament books were less important. The Sadducees rejected tradition and rejected the rules developed by the Pharisees. The Sadducees were not popular with the Jewish people. The Sadducees focused on the temple and the Old Testament sacrifice tradition. The Sadducees didn't like Jesus. Why? Jesus said that the temple will be destroyed and the sacrifices will end. The word Pharisees means the people separated from others. The Pharisees separated themselves from any place they assumed was sinful. The Pharisees were not priests. The Pharisees were lay people. They deeply studied the Old Testament laws, both written and traditions passed down laws. During the time of Christ, the Pharisees obeyed more than 620 strict rules. The Pharisees were different from the Sadducees. How? The Pharisees believed that God inspired the whole Old Testament. The Pharisees believed in angels and demons, and most important, the resurrection. Many Jewish people looked at the Pharisees and thought, wow, strong faith and a holy life. They are good Jews. Many New Testament stories show that the Pharisees are hypocrites. Some Pharisees were good. Example, Nicodemus and Joseph from Arimathea. The Zealots were a very eager group of rebels. They fought against the Roman rule. Why? They accepted only God as their ruler. The Zealots were willing to use violence and assassination in the fight against Rome. Jesus had 12 disciples. One of them belonged to the Zealots. Who? Simon, not Simon Peter.